Spice Math. That's right. We add it up, multiply it, man. Spice Math. Okay. A couple things we gonna learn today. Spice Math. All right. Take some time, educate yourself. Spice Math. That's right. You won't believe it's just math. Come on.
Hi, I'm Ruth Doughton.
Hi, I'm Aaron Williams.
Hi, I'm Brandon Alexander.
Hi, I'm Kelvin Doughton.
Hello, I'm Lyndon Sincere.
We are your Spice Math tutors.
You won't believe it's just math. Just math.
Hello, Spice Math Whiz Kids. Welcome to another episode of Spice Math. In this episode, we'll be looking at multiplication and division of fractions. Now, what will you need for this lesson? As usual, you need a pen or a pencil. You need a book or paper. Ensure that you have an open mind and that you're willing to learn, and have what I will call the I can do it attitude. Now, for every math concept, we usually have a number of steps that we have to follow. But for this lesson, let us focus on the main objectives that we seek to cover. Now, at the end of this lesson, I expect you to know, as a matter of fact, at the end of this lesson, you will know how to multiply proper fractions, how to multiply mixed numbers, divide proper fractions, and divide mixed numbers. Now that we've established our objectives, let's get started on this journey. On this journey, we'll have a number of steps we will take in order to get our objectives accomplished. Now, the first step we will do when we multiply in fractions is to ensure that we multiply our numerators first. So, let's get started. We will start by multiplying 2/3 by a half. 2/3 multiplied by a half. The first thing you'll do is that you multiply your numerators. In this case, we have 2 and 1. That will give us 2. We'll do the same with our denominators. 3 multiplied by 2 will give us 6. We do know that we will not leave the fraction as is, and this will be simplified or broken down to a third. Let's try another simple one. What if we have 5 over 11 and we want to multiply that by 2 over 3? You brilliant math students, you already finished. But let's take it down step by step. Our numerators, 5 multiplied by 2 will give us 10. And 11 multiplied by 3 will give us 33. So let's ensure that we understand what is it that we did. We multiply our numerators, we register that answer. We multiply our denominators. The product of the multiplication of the numerators gave us our new numerator, and likewise the product of the multiplication of the denominators gave us our new denominator. Remember, once your answer can be simplified or broken down, you should do that. Now, in some cases, there are some fractions that you can simplify before you get into the multiplication stage. So let's go to that. So for example, if I have 4 over 5 and I want to multiply that by 3 over 10. 4 over 5 multiplied by 3 over 10. So focus on the screen. Look at the steps for when we are simplifying or breaking down fractions before moving on with the multiplication operation. When we simplify fractions before multiplying, there are 2 things we can do. We can either break down each fraction individually if that can be done. In this case, we will have to do so by finding a factor of the numerator and the denominator of that said fraction. There are times when we can simplify the fractions before we do the multiplication. Let's try these 2 examples together. Our first example reads 8 over 21 multiplied by 7 over 10. Remember, we're looking for a numerator and a denominator that have common factors? No, take your time and look. Can we work with 8 and 10? Do you think 8 and 10 have common factors? Yes, we can divide by 2. So 2 into 8 will give me 4. And 2 into 10 will give me 5. Can I work with 7 and 21? Yes. 7 into 7 will give me 1. And 7 into 21 will give me 3. At this point, I will have 2 new fractions to multiply. I will have 4 over 3 multiplied by 1 over 5. We continue with our operation. Numerator by numerator will give me 4. Denominator by denominator will give me 15. In this case, we will have to leave the fraction like this because it cannot be simplified. Do you think you have it? Willing to try another? Let's move over. In this example, we're working with some numbers that are bigger. And if we were to multiply it out, we get 33 over 500 and something. And I could see a child saying, it's a big number to work with. So let us break it down. A numerator and a denominator. Never a numerator and a numerator and a denominator with another denominator. So we are looking. Can I use 11 and 55? Yes, 11 is a factor of 55. In fact, 11 into 11 will give me 1, and 11 into 55 will give me 5. I'm now looking at my numerator 3 and denominator 12. Is there a factor? Yes, 3. So 3 into 3 will give me 1, and 3 into 12 will give me 4. You will notice that corresponding operations will have the slants in the same direction. So you can go back and you can see these two are common, so I broke down these two. These two are common, I broke down these two. So now I will have a new sum of 1 over 5 multiplied by 1 over 4. 1 by 1 is 1, and 5 by 4 is 20. Isn't that nice? Isn't it simple? Well, yes. But then again, we do know that we have mixed numbers. So in our next step, we'll be looking at how we'll multiply mixed numbers. We'll now move on to multiplying mixed numbers. Just a quick reminder, mixed number contains a whole number and a proper fraction. The first thing we'll have to do is change the mixed numbers to improper fractions. Now I'll go through the steps slowly so that you can follow. We will multiply the denominator of the first fraction by the whole number. So that will be 5 multiplied by 1. The product of that we'll add to our numerator. So we have 5. We're going to now add the 3, and that will give us 8. The denominator will remain the same. We keep our operation sign, and then we go and we follow the steps. Again, denominator multiplied by the whole number, and that will be 4 multiplied by 1. We'll add our numerator, and that will be 1. So we'll have 4 plus 1, and that will give us 5. We'll have 5 over 4. We're now working with 8 over 5 multiplied by 5 over 4, two improper fractions. The concept now flows as normal. Is it possible that we can find a numerator and denominator that have common factors? Let's try. Oh, we see an obvious one, right? 5 and 5. 5 into 5 will give me 1. 5 into 5 will give me 1. Just so that you can see which two I'm working with, I will change colors. 4 into 4 will give me 1, and 4 into 8 will give me 2. My new fractions will be 2 over 1 multiplied by 1 over 1. Now, usually persons will skip this, but this is for you to visualize what we're actually working with. So we now have an answer of 2 over 1, and 2 over 1 will be the whole number 2. Think you've got that? I think you're getting it. So let's journey. Remember, step by step will give us a correct answer. What's the first thing we need to do here? Correct. We are going to change our mixed numbers to improper fractions. What are the steps again? Denominator multiplied by whole number. 2 4s are 8. What am I going to do with the 1? Add it to my 8, and that will give me 9 over 2. I'm still working with my operation multiplication. Denominator multiplied by whole number, and that will give me 4. I will then add my numerator. 4 plus 1 will give me 5. And then I will have this over 4. In this case, I will look before I move on. Do I have a numerator and a denominator that have something in common? In this state, no. So therefore, I'll have to multiply out. 9 by 5, or 5 9s, will give me 45. And 2 4s will give me 8. If you're working part by part and you're given marks per part, you will get some marks here. But if it was multiple choice and you had to choose the correct answer, you know you'll have to change. So previously, we changed some mixed numbers to improper fraction. Here, we have an improper fraction, and we have to change it so that we'll have an answer that is a mixed number. How do we go about doing this? Again, remember, this is 45 divided by 8. So we're taking our 45 and we're dividing it by 8. Our intention is to first see how many 8s we can get in 45. So we can have 5 8s are 40. 8 into 45 will give us 5. 5 multiplied by 8 is 40. We'll be left with a remainder of 5. Now, quick reminder, when we're changing from our improper fraction to a mixed number, we will be looking at these 3 areas. I'll call this 1. This answer here will be my main quotient. The 8 will be my divisor. The 5 will be my remainder. So my quotient, my divisor, my remainder. Let's show how this will play out. My quotient will be my whole number. The remainder will be my numerator, and the divisor will be my denominator. So look at our question. Can you find the numbers to substitute? Let's place them in. My quotient will be 5. My remainder, don't mix it up. I know 5 and 5, but this one we're focusing on the remainder, will be 5. And my divisor, same D, but this is divisor, denominator, and that will be 8. So therefore, my answer will be 5 and 5 over 8. So moving from my improper fraction to my mixed number, these are the steps that I am going to take. Be reminded, my whole number quotient will be the whole number. My remainder will be my numerator, and my divisor will be my denominator. I'm certain you got that right. Take a moment to glance over these two examples. No, you're excited because you got a hang of it and you're ready to try the division. No, I don't want you to become overwhelmed because once you understood the concept before, you can manage the division. Let's follow the steps. So we now have this question, 2 over 3 divided by 1 over 3. Let's follow our steps. We will keep our first fraction. So this fraction will be kept as 2 over 3. Next step, we're going to change our division sign to a multiplication sign. And then, let's do a little gymnastics. We're going to flip our second fraction, and that will be 3 over 1. So now we're working with 2 over 3 multiplied by 3 over 1. At this point, I know it's simple for you. Why? Because you know how to multiply fractions. Let's go with me. Let's hear. I'm listening. All right. Yes, Miss Hussein. Multiply our 2 by our 3, and that will give us 6. Multiply 3 by 1, and that will give us 3. What do we have here? An improper fraction. And in this case, it simply means 6 divided by 3. I know I do not have to go through the long steps because you, Spice Math, Whiz Kids, you know 6 divided by 3 will give us 2. And for this situation, our answer will be 2. Now think back. Maybe you got it even before we started, because if I have 2/3 and I divide it by 1/3, I will get 2 because 2 1/3 will give me 2/3. Check this out. Let's take a little step higher. Read this question with me. 7 over 8 divided by 3 over 4. What is the first thing I need to do? You're correct. I'm going to keep my first fraction. Second thing, change the division sign to a multiplication sign. Get moving. Flip the second fraction. That becomes 4 over 3. Now look, can I find a numerator and a denominator that both have common factors? Correct. 4 and 8. 4 into 4 will give me 1. 4 into 8 will give me 2. I am now working with 7 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 3. 7 multiplied by 1 will give me 7. And 2 multiplied by 3 will give me 6. This here is saying I need to divide 7 by 6. I need to divide 7 by 6. So, how many 6s can I get in 7? 1. 1 multiplied by 6 will give me 6. I'll have an answer here of 1. In this case, remember, our whole number will be the whole number aspect of our answer. Our remainder will be our numerator, and our divisor will be our denominator. Let's place that now into an answer. Whole number, 1. Numerator, 1. And our denominator will be 6. So 7 over 6 will give us an answer of 1 over 6. Why is that so? I can have 1 6 plus a remainder of 1. You got that? So remember our steps. Keep the first fraction. Change the signs. Flip the second fraction. and get moving with your math multiplication. Now I know you enjoy this, didn't you? Correct. Just one more thing. What happens now if we are working with mixed numbers? Let's check out dividing by mixed numbers. Now that you got this, I have a challenge for you. Now look on your screen, you will see how you go about dividing mixed numbers. Now I know you are adventurous, so take this adventure at home and do this question. Now follow the steps. The question you work with is 1.5 divided by 1 1/4. Remember now, change your mixed numbers, stay in proper fractions, and move on with your multiplication. I enjoy having this session with you. Now, math does not stop right there. Try exploring. Try K5 Learning, Khan Academy. Check out mathdrills.com. You will find numerous exercises for your continued practice. Remember, concept, confidence, and concentration will give us correct answers in math. Tune in for another episode next time.
You won't believe it's just math. Come on. You won't believe it's just math.